Let's get serious. Habaki!
What is going on, everybody? NestleLoverXOX here, and welcome back to another Call of Duty video. This time, I wanted to expand on an idea that I've held for a while. It's a thought I've held for a while. It's an opinion I've held for a while that only just now has really cemented itself in my mind. Recently with the events of Charlottesville happening. And that is the Confederacy and the South should secede again and fuck off my country. Now, what I mean by that is that the issues that are arising in our country are that of division, and it's very clear division along a north-south, kind of east-west border, and I feel like that border shouldn't exist anymore because nothing is getting done in our country. Nothing has been getting done for a long time because there's so much division and there's so many problems and people don't agree on shit. And obviously the South isn't happy. I use the South as a general term. The people that are in the former Confederacy, I use that as a general term and say, look, you have the legal rights to secession under the 10th Amendment. You should be allowed to secede and make your own country. And that's what I think needs to happen. I think the South needs to secede again, and it's not because I'm racist. Obviously, I'm the furthest thing from racist. I'm on the left. I'm on the furthest left that you can get on the political spectrum. But here's my argument: is that I think the South needs to secede because that way that they can deal with their own problems. If you look at some place like Saudi Arabia, right, an incredibly right-leaning country that is grotesque and evil to their people. However, we shouldn't go into Saudi Arabia and try to tell them to change their way of life, because that's their way of life. It's how they live. We live in America, they live in Saudi Arabia. We're two different countries. We have no right to go into Saudi Arabia and tell them how to live. Just like the South has no right to tell California how to live, to tell New York how to live, and New York and California have no right to tell the South how to live. So, I say the best way to do this is the states that want to secede and make their own country should do so and make the Confederacy again. That way, the states that are right-leaning and are I don't want to say pro-Trump because Trump is just an idiot, but those type of states can secede and make their own country, and then progress can happen. I only view that as a positive because it promotes progress. Because if the right-leaning people of this country want to progress their right-leaning political views and then make their own country where they all agree on the same views, then they can progress as a right-leaning society in their views. Seems pretty simple to me. And the people that stay in the United States can advance their left-leaning views. And this isn't the only way to do this. You know, if California seceded from the Union tomorrow, I'd be on a fucking plane for California immediately to join the leftist revolution in California. That'd be the first thing I would do, because the idea of the United States, in my opinion, is an idea in futility, in the fact that everybody of different races ethnicities and political ideologies should have to be forced to get along together.
Hostiles have destroyed your
And
UAV.
I don't view that as a
Hunter
good
killer
thing.
drone on standby.
Now, don't get me wrong, I think we should get
Friendly
along,
hunter killer drone deployed.
but in order to progress, you have to have like-minded people around you to put forth ideas.
Nice work.
And that's how I view my friendships, you know? If I don't have friends that agree with me on shit, then they're not really that great friends. And that's kind of the way I view almost everything, is if you don't have people around you that agree with you on shit, then why bother doing any of it, right? It's personified with these removal of these Confederate statues. Like all these Confederate statues are flashpoints for violence and flashpoints for these types of bad things. These types of bad things. Use the words of Donald Trump here. These types of bad things. They're so bad.
Counter UAV inbound.
These monuments should be able to stay up
Lightning strike on
in a
standby.
nation called the Confederate States of America. Because
Friendly lightning strike inbound.
with them out of the picture in their own country, they don't have to dictate our lives anymore. I mean, it seems like a win-win to me. I don't know. I feel like it's a pretty obvious solution, but you know, people don't like the idea of secession for some reason, even though it's totally legal and just fine. But I honestly hope that it gains traction. It's actually been gaining traction in places like Texas and California anyway. So I don't know. I'm anxious to see where it goes, actually. The whole secession movement thing. But I don't know. I've said everything I want to in this video, pretty much. Let me know what you guys think about secession and the Confederacy. I think it's a great idea, but let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. I'm going to go ahead and end the video there. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Please be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you did. And I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.
UAV awaiting orders. UAV inbound. Counter UAV awaiting orders. Friendly counter UAV inbound. Hostiles have destroyed your UAV. Hostiles have destroyed your counter UAV. Counter UAV inbound. Friendly UAV inbound. Friendly care package inbound. We are winning this fight.
敌人翼下面，
没有子弹。
机雷炸子弹！将手！
Lightning strike coordinates received. Inbound.
对，可以圈了。
For our nation.